Did you know that if you're running Facebook ads, you really only need to promote one product to scale to around 50 to 100K per month? And you could probably scale even further than that. This is especially crucial if you're a brand on a very tight budget. In this video, we're gonna go over how to scale your business off the ground using Facebook ads. All right, let's jump into it. If you're a brand with multiple products and SKUs, it's actually fairly easy to identify which product should be in your hero offer. Step one is to identify which product drives the most demand or has driven the most revenue overall for your business. Step two, which product has the highest second purchase rate? A great metric for this is to look at which product drives the highest 60-day LTV. And lastly, which product has the best margins? If you're a single SKU business, then this is fairly easy for you, but I recommend you definitely starting to diversify your product offering so that you're not just a one-stop shop. It's important to note it has to be a balance of these factors because not every product is going to have the perfect margins and the perfect demand and the perfect LTV. You want to find the product that has the best chance of achieving these goals. You'll want to create a really strong offer around this product. Now, don't focus any time, money, or effort on anything else but getting that specific product and that specific offer to scale. And the main reason is because it reduces complexity both in your own head and in the ad account. Facebook uses machine learning to identify what type of customer is likely to respond to your advertisement. If you're trying to run dozens of different products at the same time and dozens of different offers with different average order values and different margins, it's going to be difficult for Facebook to really identify what's going to work for your business. If from the very beginning you spent 100% of your dollars on one product and one offer, Facebook's machine learning algorithm is going to get infinitely smarter at identifying the type of customer that's going to respond really well to that offer. It's also important to note that you should be using Facebook ads best practices, which includes broad targeting and also making sure that every campaign and ad set has the proper budget behind it. I have a video on this as well, but the way that you calculate your daily budget is to take your CPA and then multiply that by 50, which is the 50 conversion events that Facebook needs to exit the learning phase in a week, and then divide that by 7. So that's 50 times your CPA divided by 7. If you want to learn more about that, I have an entire video on it. You can watch that in the link in the description. This is important to make sure that you're feeding Facebook what it needs to do its job effectively. Now, there's a lot of other factors here, like what bid strategies are you using? Are you running highest volume or cost caps? And those all have their own ramifications. And I have some other videos about that if you want to check those out too. And I'm not going to talk about that here because I want to make this very simple. If you want Facebook ads to work, you need to have a very consistent creative strategy and cadence of creative delivery. If you're not consistently testing new creatives, you're never going to get Facebook ads to work. I've had a lot of brand owners come to me and say, hey, I can't get Facebook ads to work, but they've only run the same creatives over and over again. Or they've run the same looking creatives over and over again. While the volume of creative you're testing is very important, it's also crucial that you're getting quality creative that has intention behind it. All your creative looks the same and sounds the same and has the same messaging and targets the same type of audience or the same different market desires, then you're not going to ever be able to reach new audiences. The way that broad targeting works is you're not setting any specific targeting parameters for Facebook. You're letting the creative do the targeting, and Facebook will essentially look at your creative and it'll try to deliver it to people who are likely to respond well to it. And as Facebook spends on your ad creatives, it's going to get infinitely better at understanding who your target audience is. If you continue spending on the exact same type of messaging and ads, your performance isn't improving. It's because you're continuing to try to target the same user that's not responding well to your advertising. So when people first start out on Facebook ads, I recommend that they actually kind of cast a wide net and test a bunch of different audience desires. What I mean by audience desires is actually a term from breakthrough advertising, which is called mass desire. It's defined as the public spread of a private want or emotion. They're consistent desires that are shared by a mass population. These desires actually already exist in the market, and all you need to do is tap into. For example, people who have foot pain and are desiring being able to walk around all day and have alleviation of that foot pain. That's a perfect desire to tap into. For example, a shoe brand that sells orthotic insoles. And there's a ton of different ways that you can create ad concepts around that angle. Now, I want to bring us back to the original focus of this video, which is why you only need one product to scale your Facebook ad account. Now, you can quickly see how complicated it gets to run Facebook ads when you have so much opportunity and so many different advertising angles that you can possibly possibly test out. And when you throw different products into the mix, it just makes everything much more complicated. If from the very beginning of you running Facebook ads, every dollar you spend is split between product X and product Y, you're going to be learning infinitely less about each and essentially fracture both your learnings and ad spend. The amount of ads and ad spend you have to test between two products is a lot larger than consolidating all that spend and all that time, energy, and effort into one product and one type of campaign. This whole concept of singular focus is something I love to think about when scaling any Facebook ad account. And this all revolves around the concept of making high leverage actions in your account. Make sure you're not wasting any time, focus, or energy on something that's low impact and not going to directly affect your bottom line in a positive way. Now, that sounds really difficult to identify, but I promise it becomes more clear if you have a singular focus on getting one thing to work really well. This is the exact same reason I recommend brands not have shiny object syndrome and go chasing running ads on TikTok and Twitter and Snapchat and all these different areas when they haven't even gotten Facebook ads to work really well. There are a lot of different versions of this concept even outside of Facebook ads. This concept called The One Thing, which is from the book called The One Thing. It emphasizes the idea of focusing on one thing or one specific goal. And by achieving it, it makes everything else easy or unnecessary. By narrowing focus on one area, it actually creates a domino effect that will lead to much more success faster, rather than try to multitask and fracturing your focus in a bunch of different areas. Now, I want to talk about some objections. I actually originally posted this idea on Twitter, and I got some people that responded to me saying, hey, is this really the highest ROI activity I can be doing? And how is it better than me actually diversifying my advertising across a bunch of different products? And I'll explain why that's not true. It reduces the complexity for the machine learning algorithm. Many people make way too many campaigns for way too many products when they haven't even figured out one. You're still going to be selling your other products, just maybe not as far as a new customer acquisition offer goes. The next reason is because you know this product is going to be a high driver of second purchase rate. Remember, this is purely a new customer acquisition offer we're focusing on. So once you get people into the store, what's to say that you can really control what they purchase? Maybe people are interested in the product, click on the ad, and then actually purchase something else. So it's simply the best way you know to drive demand and get people into your store. And you know this product also has the highest second purchase rate, so getting this specific product in hand is going to create the most incremental revenue for your business because you're going to have more people come back because they loved the original product and then they're going to buy more of your other products. So you're going to sell those other products. It's just going to take time, and that's totally fine. Make sure you're taking into account what your 60-day LTV is, because maybe one day you're getting enough returning customer revenue that you actually feel comfortable just breaking even on first purchase because you know that you're going to have a bump in LTV from that customer. Or maybe you're willing to go a little bit into the negative on first purchase because you know you're going to make it up later. I promise you, if you're a small brand with a tight budget and you're a multi-SKU store, figure out what that product is, get it to work, and then only once you're scaling that consistently with very strong, stable results, think about expanding out your ad account. Really dial in your focus on that one product and figuring out what audience and what angle will respond best with that offer. You're going to be able to have a lot stronger performance in your ad account. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below and consider subscribing for new videos like this every single week. Also, if you're on Twitter or I guess X, consider following me there, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys.